You asked for it. Here it is. It's a podcast from Apathetic Enthusiasm.
Oh boy, coming to you live from a trailer investigation time. We're making our predictions in this one, bro. Remember how we do, bruh. Welcome to Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. The timing's off, but it's okay. The podcast people, they won't know any different. They won't know any different.
No, you podcast people, you'll hear perfectly tuned
Synced.
audio, synced, multiple takes. Hello, everybody. I'm Travis.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brandon, and welcome to the show. Welcome to Interdimensional RSS. This is a special episode for us because I'm in California now, and we're almost completely done with all of our moves now.
Just in time.
Travis is in Oklahoma City. I am in Los Angeles. I'm about to move into my actual house tomorrow, which would be a win. Tomorrow. The movers are coming tomorrow instead of Wednesday.
This is amazing. So you have a house. You're just not staying there yet.
Correct. Because our furniture and all that type of stuff, it wasn't ready to be delivered yet, right? And we don't want, since we've got in-laws and actual family, we decided, well, we're not going to stay in a furnitureless, internetless house.
Not
here,
like Travis did last month. No, we'll live high on the hog here with all the parents in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Well, I'm happy that you're in your new residence soon. You'll be able to hook up that Gigablast internet, and we'll get back to business just in time for a brand new season of Rick and Morty. So happy that everyone is here listening, joining us on the podcast. Hope you're excited for Rick and Morty season 5. I know we are. You can totally share that excitement with us over on our social media. You can follow us over on Twitter at Rick and Morty Pod, over on Facebook, facebook.com/Rick and Morty Podcast, or send us an email, rickandmortypodcast@gmail.com. Find us all over the internet, rickandmortypodcast.reddit.com, or on the official subreddit, rickandmorty.reddit.com. Brandon, you going to be running the stickies over there on the official subreddit for this season?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I plan on doing the episode synopsises and having those stickies on there, and depending on how we do with our stuff behind the scenes, then hopefully we'll have a bit of extra content to put on there whenever a new episode releases. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We need to send some emails. We need to pre-coordinate. The time has come. You can also find this podcast at rickandmortypod.com. We are currently streaming live over at twitch.tv/apathetic enthusiasm. If it's your first time here, go ahead and say hi. Let us know that you're watching. You can also catch... Oh, it's not your first time. This is at least your third time, Brandon.
Okay. Yeah, I just like saying hi.
Hi. You can also catch video versions of the show at youtube.com/apathetic enthusiasm. Go subscribe, do the likes, bell notifications, whatever you do on YouTube. We're super active over there. We're on there all the time. You should definitely check it out. All right. Finally, a couple of ways you can support the show. TeePublic. You go to apatheticenthusiasm.com/shop, I think is one way to get there. Or just tpublic.com/store/interdimensional-RSS. It's super easy URL. It's the easiest URL to get to. You can get t-shirts. I think you can still get a t-shirt with our face on it. I don't think we've taken it down yet.
You can. Yeah, I was messing with. I was on the TeePublic website just earlier this week, trying to see how we could put more designs up there. Curate some new stuff. In fact, our faces are there. Our Apathetic Enthusiasm, the new sticker that you designed, that is not on there.
Wow. I think because that was like a sticker exclusive.
Yeah, it was the Sticker Mule exclusive.
Yeah, especially for our friends over at patreon.com/apathetic enthusiasm, who support the show and are phenomenal human beings. You can support this show as well as all of our other podcast endeavors over on our Patreon. Thank you to everybody that does that. It's you're 2 hours behind me. You're fresh as a daisy. You're chocked to the gills, full of Mexican food. I'm so excited. How are you feeling? How has this whole move process been for you?
The move process has been fairly simple. I was in New Orleans when there was a murder. Rest in peace, that guy. By the way, I was not the one who murdered. We covered this on Apathetic
Let the
Enthusiasm
record
last week.
show.
And if they want to accuse me of something, then they've got to pull me from California. You know, I'm not driving back out there.
Yeah, you've crossed state lines, and as everyone knows, that makes you innocent,
immune.
Yeah.
It makes you immune to
crimes. That's the legal. That's the legal way. Immune to crimes after you cross the state line.
And if I'm gonna go back, it's gonna be all expenses paid by the government, and I don't care which government, as long as it's a government.
Yeah, any government, so long as they. Well, I gotta say, I'm very happy that you're back. I only had to do one episode without you, but I'm thankful for the opportunity. If you listened to that episode, thank you for listening. Brandon, I know you were watching along. You told me I did terribly and that it was a miserable existence. And I appreciate that feedback.
Verbatim.
That's awesome. But now we're back. We're back to, the flow, back to no pre-recorded transition music, which means I'm going to put you on the spot and say it's time for semi-pertinent news.
Semi-pertinent news. Semi-pertinent news. I've been working. I've been all my.
You've been writing diligently for the last month. All sorts of different acapella transition sounds.
Like driving through El Paso. I'm like, all right, get my phone out. Siri. Actually, interestingly, the other day I woke up from a dream where I was writing a song, and I woke up and I'm in my in-laws' house, right? And I go downstairs and I get my garage band out and I'm like, da 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 da. I just like very, very quietly humming this song so I could remember the melody. And I forgot about that until right now. Thanks, Travis.
That could be the most creative thing you've ever said you've done, where you woke up from a dream where you were writing a dream song and then captured it on your phone. That's terrific. Very well done.
Thanks.
In other news, in other semi-pertinent news, this link. This is a link that Brandon sent me very, very shortly before starting the episode, where I just put blockchain series. Right. This is a somewhat misleading article from The Hollywood Reporter that says Dan Harmon is making first blockchain animated series as Fox embraces crypto. For all of you Doge heads out there with the diamond hands and that are going straight to the moon, you're following the crypto. You're following the Bitcoins and the Ethereums and all the other things. You crypto maniacs. But the subheading here says Fox is launching an NFT company to help, quote, art meet technology as the Rick and Morty creator readies Crapopolis, an animated comedy set in mythic ancient Greece that will break new technological ground. So, for those of you that have been paying attention to this podcast, we announced we didn't have the exclusives on this, but we did talk about how Dan Harmon is in the works with Fox to produce another animated series set in ancient Greece, but apparently this is going to have some sort of NFT crypto connection as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Hat tip to Philip Marks, who was in the chat, who He tagged me. Can someone explain this to me? I read the article and still don't get it. And it was the Hollywood Reporter article that you sent.
It's all about the blockchain, Brandon.
It's all
And
about the blockchain.
I mean,
I was trying to explain as much as I understand cryptocurrencies to a couple of my father-in-law's friends yesterday. And I was like, it's very, very, very hard to explain when you barely have an understanding of it yourself, right? And you're like, well, it's like, you have a key to a door. It's a very, very specific key. There's a specific configuration, but then you like think about like ones and zeros, and then and for somebody who's not a computer guy, and even for somebody who is a computer guy, sometimes that doesn't make any sense, like hashing and all that type of stuff. But anyway, so this NFT type thing, this non-fungible token that Justin Roiland has been into a lot lately with selling his original art with NFTs. This is interesting to me that Fox is putting their their Bitcoin or sorry their crypto coin into like an animation. So they're talking about like selling like extras and fans being able to own pieces of the show with like special behind the scenes type stuff, backgrounds, characters, crap like that. I don't know if I one, I fully understand it, or two, fully approve of it, right? Because I don't think society as a whole is ready to understand what NFTs, what Bitcoin, what crypto currencies really are yet.
yeah, to me this feels like next level merchandising, right? Where like instead of buying a Rick and Morty T-shirt or a Crapopolis coffee mug, you can now purchase an NFT of, a piece of background art or a piece of, a one-off character, and then you are like the sole owner of that, token, which is like a super exclusive bit of merchandise. But like Philip Marks asked in the chat on Twitch, he says, "Does this mean we'll have to own it to watch it?" Yeah, I don't think so. I think this will still be just readily available on Fox's, media outlets. Like I don't know, TV. I guess some people still watch TV just like over the air or via cable. But yeah, like you could probably just watch it, and then this is a way to add an extra feature and hopefully try to save, the dying industry that is primetime television. So
Yeah, yeah, and as Philip also mentions, the article does say that sets up Fox is setting up a new platform to be able to consume the NFT. He asks, is it a new streaming or a new trading platform? It could be a little bit of both, right? Because with all those cryptocurrencies that are out there, they're trying to every cryptocurrency has a specific function that they're really trying to get after, with the exception of Doge and like SHIB, right? There's not really a point
to the
other
moon,
than just
Brandon.
than just to go to the moon. But like I think Fox is maybe experimenting with creating a platform based off NFTs to see if that really if that flies, and then if they don't, then they'll be like, okay, okay. Um, just like if you go to on your Roku TV or your Apple TV, and there's a bunch of different apps, maybe there's this blockchain, streaming site service that you do NFTs, or you could just like catch it on HBO Max or wherever
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't
same
know.
time.
It's like we have Rick and Morty trading cards, right? Like we Cryptozoic produced trading cards of Rick and Morty. Like that is a tangible collectible item that we have. These NFTs are trying to do like that digitally, and to me, I feel like that's cool. But I think the adoption of NFTs are gonna have to get like to a whole new level before, like, remember those what were those stickers that they were using an iPhone app to collect and trade, the little like Quibi stickers
Oh,
or something. What are those called?
yeah, yeah.
um
I don't quite recall, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like digital collectibles. I think there's a market for it. I don't know. I
if
mean, good.
if we're the target demographic.
And
And
I might be smack dab in the middle of the target demographic. I just don't have the thousands of dollars in disposable
yeah,
income to own the original version of a meme or something. Yeah, I don't.
and the last bit I'll say about any kind of NFT or any kind of crypto currency discussion is the criticism about them is the environmental impact that these things tend to have on the world, right? Because it takes so much computing power, so much energy to create these coins sometimes. So that's always a concern. So people always kind of go back against Fox or whomever, Elon Musk, Bitcoin itself. Like you're wrecking the environment. So do we care about a cartoon if it's wrecking the environment? We'll have to find out.
This fall on Fox. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be this fall. I don't.
Yeah, we don't know it's going to be
quote,
this fall.
Don't quote me on that.
It's funny that wrecking the environment, and it's going to be a cartoon about gods, right? So, coincidence, I think. No, it is. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
coincidence.
probably. Yeah. You have officially slipped an additional news story into our show notes in the midst of the episode, Brandon. What did you like to talk about? Rick's new hat.
Yeah, I want to throw a shout out to Alex Fear and Fred Stressing. They're coming out with their new series. It might be a one shot. It may not be. I have to.
I think it's at least four issues. Because
Okay.
they're already advertising the trade paperback for it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Over at Oni Press, Rick's new hat. It's coming out next month. They are going to have an AMA, I believe, on Reddit on the 2nd in the Rick and Morty subreddit. So just give a shout out to that. Real quick. We don't have to go into full discussion. We'll talk about the comic at length.
Yeah,
when we got some time.
Maybe we'll have some time in an upcoming episode to discuss that comic in detail.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Dan does MSNBC. Something I wasn't really tracking, not just because I'm not an avid MSNBC watcher. I'm not watching much, if any, cable news these days. But Dan decided to head out and do an interview over on MSNBC. If you fire up your Google box, you can actually find this. Just search Dan Harmon MSNBC. This came out on May 14th. And yeah, Dan talks for about 20 minutes about like his writing process. He talks about a variety of different topics. But one of the big topics that came out of this was Kanye West's involvement with Rick and Morty, and he was questioned about whether or not the Kanye episode will ever actually see the light of day. Do you remember hearing about Kanye visiting the writers' room like way back? This is like years ago. Kanye.
Extremely vaguely do I recall that being a thing. It might have been like in one of the off seasons where like, oh, there's gonna be a Kanye episode, right?
Yeah, I think the reason it sticks out to me is because I think they discussed it on a Harmontown episode, and Rob Schraub was there in the writer's room when Kanye was there, and I think Kanye like was giving Rob Schraub a hard time about his hoodie or something, and like all this stuff. I don't know. It was a whole thing. It was Schraub. So anyway, full report available out on MSNBC's website if you want to hear a little bit more from a much more distinguished looking post-COVID Dan Harmon. Yeah.
Oh, he trimmed the beard a little bit. He looks a little nicer.
Yeah. We'll talk about that at length in the next sub segment.
Okay.
Dan Harmon's social media minute.
All right. Last little bit before we get into the Dan Harmon social media minute. Well, it's as we've gotten into the habit of the Reddit post of the week, where I don't go back 2 weeks. No, that's too far back. I'm only going to go back 1 week to show one of the tippity top posts of Reddit, and this one comes from a user Gray Jedi 56. I wonder if they're actually 56 years old and posting this, but it has 18,000 upvotes, and the title is 2 weeks never felt so long, and it is a picture of it's the standard Rick and Morty meme. Let's go in and out. 2-day adventure, 2-hour adventure. It says March 2020. Let's go in and out. 2-week lockdown, and then it shows a little graph flattening the COVID-19 curve, and then May 2021 with Rick and Morty screaming in agony. Good,
All right.
good on them.
Great job. I'm not gonna accuse you of a repost, Gray Jedi 56, but I gotta say, this has some heavy like May 2020 vibes for me, cause like I definitely saw this meme, floating around the internet throughout 2020, and you could pretty much do it at any point in time past the initial 2 weeks when we were all going to go hide in our homes and flatten the curve right before that curve took a sharp upward turn. So yeah. I mean, it's a quality joke. No love lost there. But,
No love lost. Look, reposts or not, good job to you. We're still giving you credit for at least getting that many upvotes.
yeah, it's
where
solid. It's solid.
I mean, I don't even get that many upvotes for an episode review post. If we really want to get after it, there's a 16,000 upvote, which is by user Bart Arton. It says "Go Sun, go! Go Sun, go!" and it's a picture of the annual Redhead Festival in Breda. There's a bunch of redheads, and then at the bottom of the picture is Rick in the Uncle Sam
Uncle
costume
Sam with
in the hang glider. Yeah.
Again,
Anyways, shout
quality
out to them.
content. Can't wait for season 5. Can't wait for some new Reddit content.
Reddit post of the week. And now it is the time we've all been waiting for. Travis, you know it, you love it. It's a Dan Harmon social media minute.
Dan Harmon social media.
I thought you were at least going
by Topo Chico.
Topo Chico, man, let me tell you, I'd never seen Topo Chico anywhere, and now I went to a wine.
It's exploding.
Wine world, like wine liquor world, whatever. Earlier today, huge display of Topo Chico with a big umbrella, and it wasn't even the alcoholic Topo Chico. It was the regular Topo Chico, but there's
an alcoholic one.
Where have you been? Topo Chico has everything.
Man, get me some of that spicy rock water, the hard stuff. That'd be something special. Yeah, Topo Chico, congratulations on all the great business. If you would like to officially sponsor this podcast, feel free to reach out to us at any time, because they're not actually a sponsor. But yeah, Dan Harmon social media minute. We alluded to this earlier. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Dan has been pretty diligent about staying at home. They have been producing episodes from quarantine, and he has been growing out that beard. Oh boy, he looked like, I don't know,
nobody's business.
Like an old mountain man, like a what is it, Rumpelstiltskin or something?
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, that's good. It's a good reference. Good. Yeah. It's a good Grimm's fairy tale reference, Travis. Good job.
There you go. No, thank you. But in a post from 6 days ago, Dan Harmon said, "Farewell, pandemic beard," and it is a lovely before and after photo of his long grizzled beard, followed by a dapper, shortly. I mean, he's still got a beard. I mean, he's Dan Harmon, but it's all trimmed up and nice. Looks like he even combed his hair. He might have turned a light on in his house. Like, he really went all out. So, very possible this was in preparation for his MSNBC interview. But looking good, Dan. Keep it going. Joel McHale with the top comment saying, "I'm going to need the fallen hair for a spell." So there you go. All right. That's
All right, yeah,
Dan Harmon's social
that's
media
great.
today.
That's great. Dan Harmon and his beard. That's our next new segment that we're gonna bring into play.
Ladies and
Dan
gentlemen.
Harmon and his beard, and it's actually we're not gonna do it. It's not gonna be audio. It'll just be us just taking screenshots of various social media posts of his, and then cropping a picture of his beard, and then posting that.
And we're gonna sell them as NFTs. Uh,
I'm willing to bet, and if you're listening to this, go ahead and do this. Take this idea. Just make sure you tag me at Barnyard Cruise and let me know. Start up a Dan Harmon's Beard Instagram or Twitter account. Start doing that. You will get followers because it's such a stupid idea that it's bound to succeed.
he'll probably follow it. I mean, why not?
He's on Twitter. He might be the only one to follow it. That's how we'll find out.
Oh, that's true. That is possible. The other option is we could do like an ASMR like stream where we just make the sound of like scratchy beard.
Oh yeah. Like Dan Harmon's beard in various situations, right? Like
With
Dan
slime.
Harmon's beard, Dan Harmon's beard on Venice Beach, that type
The
of stuff.
waves crashing. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough of that nonsense. It's time to get to the reason you're all here. It's time for the main thing.
It's the main thing. that I didn't have that. I didn't have that one. I
You didn't have that
blew.
one pre-written. That one
No,
wasn't
no.
in the archives.
No, the money was definitely with semi-pertinent news today. But yeah, it's the main thing today. Today, we are primed. We're almost there, ready for season 5, coming out June 20th. But before we do,
nearly a month. Can you believe it?
oh my God, it's so great. I'm excited about it. On Father's Day, no less. My wife, Chelsea, she said, "What do you want to do for Father's Day?" And I said, "What day is that?" She said, "The June 20th." And I said, "Rick and Morty premieres that day." She says, "Oh, you'll be podcasting." And I said, "That's what I want for
That's what I want. I want a podcast for Father's Day.
Leave me alone, kid. I got a podcast." But so leading into that, we got we're rolling into it. Today we decided we're gonna look at the trailer. We're gonna look at the trailers, and we're gonna do some stuff. Travis, you did all the preparation for this episode. Why don't you tell us what we're doing today?
So basically, two versions of the season 5 trailer have been released, both with mostly the same content, with sneaks and peeks for season 5. What we've done is gone and looked at those trailers using all of the years of podcast expertise and Rick and Morty fandom at our disposal. We looked at these and we made stuff up. So so basically what we're going to do is we have created Bronopsises for what we are guessing will be the different episodes of Rick and Morty season 5 based strictly on the limited visual data in the trailer. So what we're going to do is we will read through some Bronopsises and then discuss some of the clips from the trailer that lead us to believe that this could potentially be an episode. Did you actually get any of these done, Brent?
What? Writing them down?
Yeah.
No, I did. Yeah, I did the prep work. Full disclosure for everybody, I was really tired today, and up until about an hour ahead of time, before recording, Travis said, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. When you wake up, go ahead and do this." I did it. I did it in about 5-10 minutes.
It's perfect.
That's
perfect.
Which was just long enough to watch the trailers.
So what we're gonna do is we'll read some of these off. If we come up with any episodes that we think may be overlapping, we will just cross those out, or we'll combine them. and then we'll see how many episodes we actually come up with for this. And then I don't know if you're playing at home, you can come up with your own Bronopsises and submit those to us at Rick and Morty Pod over on Twitter. Hashtag Bronopsis. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll read my first one.
Okay.
It's getting real wet in this one, bruh. Sexy Seaman all up in Rick's business, bruh.
Oh God, you're gonna win. You're gonna win this. You're already, your first one is so much better than anything I have. Okay.
This is of course the horny what I'm thinking is an Atlantean showing up at Rick's place. This potentially could be throwback to the Rick Atlantis mix up, them actually going to Atlantis versus what we actually saw in that episode. But yeah, a lot of the trailer has a maritime, not quite mermaid, but some sort of sea man that is hanging out and causing some mischief with Rick and Morty. Did you write a Bronopsis for that episode?
I did, and I'm embarrassed. I was trying to look at it and rewrite it as you were talking, but I'll just stick with it. Mine goes a little something like this: Everyone's got an arch nemesis, bruh. Rick fights his in this one, bruh. I'm embarrassed. Like, that was such. God.
I'm not gonna say whether or not the quality gets better or worse from here, but that's what the journey is all about. So
you could use a few passes in the writing room. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. I don't know. I think from the clips, this looks like it could be a really funny episode, a cool one-off character potentially.
For sure. I wonder not only what the main kind of conflict of that episode is, if it's actually him fighting that Prince Nimbus or whatever it is the entire time, or if it devolves into something completely different. As we've seen in season 4 before, the trailers, they would have clips from one, and then it goes in a completely different direction where it's the same episode. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I fully expect like 0% of these Bronopsises to actually align with what these shows are actually going to be about.
Full disclosure, none of these are going to be the actual. None of them will be even close. It will be even close. Yeah. My first one is time for in-law time, bruh. It's gonna be hell, bruh. And this one is the Rick, Beth, and Jerry. This is when they're in like their Hellraiser costumes, and they're doing their things, right? And it's just the three of them. I think it's a good episode to see Morty and Summer doing their own thing off to the side, and more Rick, Beth, and Jerry establishing their relationship and evolving their characterizations a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a few clips where it looks like Summer and Morty might be alone at the house. She says, "I'm gonna go touch Rick's stuff" or something, and Morty's like, "No, don't do it." I could very easily see that being like a B plot to this Hellraiser 80s horror hellscape that they're going through. I also wrote a Bronopsis for what I think this episode will be.
All right.
Rick is finally going to hell, bruh. It's getting real trippy in this one, bruh. Brandon's gonna love it. And I really think they're gonna include Brandon's gonna love it in the Bronopsis.
Absolutely.
I think they're really gonna finally give you credit for all the 80s horror.
All the writers and animators, they've been saying, look, you got to throw Brandon's name in there, and they finally relented. They said, okay, well, for the Bronopsis, we'll put his name in.
Yeah, no official part of the episode, but yeah, for sure.
What do you got? What do you got next?
Let's go with so many epic alien versus robot fights in this one, bruh. No wonder it took so long to get a new season, bruh. Yeah, this is what I believe makes up the bulk of these season 5 trailers. They're probably all from this episode because we see a lot of scenes in the trailer of some sort of like alien invasion. There's houses blowing up, being attacked by aliens, aliens coming out of the sky. But there's also a ton of clips of the Smith family aligning in these Voltron-esque super robots that combine together. And if you look really really carefully, those Voltron type scenes, there's the alien that they attack is also in a lot of those clips from the alien invasion. So I think they really did take a lot from, because there is a lot of like moving pieces and action type things happening. I think they were able to take a lot from this one episode and fill a lot of time in the trailer. So yeah, I definitely think you will get something happening between these robots. I don't know why the robots or why the aliens are there. But
we don't know. We
we'll
don't know why they're there. But I too, I mean, there's two trailers, so there's limited stuff to pull from. I too have a synopsis, Bronopsis for this one, and it goes something like this. It goes, bringing the family together in this one, bruh. Giant robots, bruh.
That sounds
Stupid.
That sounds accurate for what they would write on a Bronopsis. That feels accurate.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, you're right about all the robots. Fighting this alien menace. There's a couple of other scenes in there with like a Rick AI sentience, right? Similar to the Death Crystal episode premiere last for season 4, right? I don't think that those clips apply to that episode.
Yeah.
Which is why I wrote its own Bronopsis. They're fighting sentience in this one. Artificial intelligence, bruh.
All right. And is that based off of specifically the one where it has that big projected like Rick geometric head?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually did not write a Bronopsis for that clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought, and it's probably a Rick that's just destroying stuff. But I thought I thought it was a pretty kind of cool idea to just like continue on to have more Rick sentience, like coming back for revenge. That Death Crystal Morty Rick AI kind of coming back for revenge, for another shot at the title.
That'd be great if nice little callback for that one.
Yeah, I'll put it in my video game when I write it.
There you go. All right, I've got another one that you'll probably have a reference to. Morty's finally taken Jessica on a date, bruh. Too bad it's on Cyberpunk Bird Planet, bruh.
Oh, that's a good one. We don't see too much of Cyberpunk Bird Planet, but there are a couple of clips of that in there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I do notice that Jessica is in that, but she's also in the Prince Nimbus clips. Not saying that she can't be in more than one episode, obviously.
Yeah, but there is something interesting there, and while we are having fun with the Bronopsises, Jessica's around in these trailers a fair amount. Is there any chance? Could it be that Morty is actually like in some form of relationship with Jessica? Like maybe those are the same episode. Maybe we're picking like maybe the first half is the Nimbus stuff and the second half is Cyberpunk Planet, and it all includes Jessica, and they're just tricking us. And this is actually only like 3 episodes worth of content that they're just cutting very creatively to make it look like a full season, which they've kind of done before. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
that would be something that I would be interested in seeing, is Morty having an actual relationship that is outside of the Rick relationship,
Right.
where, and we've seen Rick before get jealous about Morty spending time with other people. Uh, so it would be interesting to see what that dynamic would be for Rick to be like, Morty's got a girlfriend, uh, and trying to navigate that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
It'd be good. It'd be good.
I don't actually have another Bronopsis, because those four that I had that seem to have kind of a theme to each one of them. But I did write down like just bits and pieces from some of the other things that I saw, like the Hump Me guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
a clip from Dog World, uh, and the Captain Planet kind of spoof that we've seen. So
Yeah.
I'll let you jump in.
So for that one, I wrote, gotta check that carbon footprint, bruh. Rick and Morty gotta save the planet again, but this time through being a good steward of our natural resources, bruh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna end it with bruh. I thought you were just gonna end it with with like just legitimately natural resources. Recycle, reduce, reuse, close the loop.
Yeah, close the loop. But yeah, that's totally a good pickup. There's definitely a Captain Planet looking character, female, with some sort of, it looks like a recycling symbol on like a chest plate. And it's in the same episode based on Morty's novelty T-shirt or whatever shirt he's wearing.
Yeah.
It looks like he's getting rained on by acid when he's locked out of Rick's spaceship. So I could definitely pick up on some sort of like, save the planet type tones there. I think that could definitely be a plot point in one of these season 5 episodes.
Yeah. For sure. No, we noticed Dog World. That not I say Dog World. Morty fights like a dog person, gets punched by a dog person, and he says, "This is for the future" or something like that. But also, there's a clip in the second trailer where they're on a planet or a world where there are gigantic mailboxes as houses.
Yes.
And Summer is hitting the mailboxes with the eyes with a baseball bat as they fly past in the spaceship. Who knows what that is? Who knows what that is?
I did not write a Bronopsis for that because that was just too freaking crazy. I could not figure that one out. I actually have 2 more Bronopsises.
Okay, hit us with it.
The first one says, Ricks are going at it again, bruh. Ricks fighting Ricks. Who is who? It's hard to know who to believe, bruh. This is based on the clips where there are multiple Ricks fighting each other in the Smith house. We see a couple of clips where like there's a Rick talking to another Rick, and then they get into like a gunfight. Yeah, I don't know.
There is a like a split second clip of it looks to be like a different Rick underneath some rubble.
Yeah.
Like dead or at least damaged or hurt or injured, maimed, whatever adjective you want to use for being incapacitated. It looks like he's there, so it could very well fall into that. And what's your last one?
I have Rick is finally taking some time to relax, bruh. Hope Morty enjoys a nice normal vacation. Nothing suspicious about this trip, bruh.
Which one is that?
There's a clip where Rick is talking, basically talking around more or talks. I can't read my own notes here. Talking about taking Morty on some sort of vacation under false pretenses. It could be from another episode. It could be from one of the ones we already talked about. But Rick's basically like, what? Why can't I just take you on a normal vacation? Super defensive about it, which is clearly going to be some sort of cover for whatever Rick has planned in that episode. I think this could also be like that stinger at the end where Rick asks Jerry what his bucket list items are, and he talks about seeing maybe they're trying to relax and get away from it all, so they go on some sort of vacation, and then obviously sci-fi rigmarole is unleashed and something happens.
Which Bronopsis, which episode would the laser whip, the laser sword, and the six gun revolver, 6-bullet revolver that Jerry owns? Which episode would that fall into? What do you think?
I mean, I think it could be the one where the aliens are attacking Earth. That could be like how they first try to defend the Smith household or something. And then they're like, no, we need something bigger. And Rick's like, well, I do have these. And then they go full Voltron or something. That is possible. I don't know. There's any number of things that the Smiths could get up to where they would need a laser bullwhip.
All right, good call. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. It escalates. It starts fairly small, and then it goes up to Voltron levels. Travis, I think you had something that you also tasked me with, which was the bonus. How many episodes do you think are in these 2 trailers? For bonus points, we'll you can make sure you write this down on your notepad or say to your mobile device, your mobile assistant. Remember this. Make a memo at the end of season 5. Remind Brandon and Travis how many episodes were in this first 2 trailer. How many episodes, Travis?
I'm gonna say like 5.
5. Okay.
I'm gonna just go middle of the road, half a season, 5 episodes.
I'm gonna go with just 4 episodes. I'm just gonna go with there's only 4 episodes in here. We have no evidence for or against it. There might be all 10 episodes in there.
Yes.
We don't know. Which reminds me, do you think that they're going to break this up and then have the last, how they've been doing it before, and have the next 5 episodes in like the fall? Do you think they'll break it up like that, or do you think they'll do like a straight through?
I'm hopeful that they'll go straight through. I think there is possibilities for like a 1 week off type break or something. If I may pull up a calendar real quick, but I'm pretty sure 4th of July here in the United States is on a Sunday, so it is possible that episodes premiere, June 20th. We get a couple of new episodes and then maybe a week off for 4th of July, and then we get back into it. But I'm really hopeful that there aren't any major breaks, any like multi-month breaks within the season, because I mean, from everything that we've seen, at least the production news, they are well ahead in writing the show. They've had a lot of time to work on the animation, so hopefully they have a good rhythm and we can get this full season in one go, and then have the 6th season, either some point next year or I don't know.
Or beyond.
Sometime next year. Or sooner, next year. Please.
Next year, please, at the latest. I'm hoping that as well. But I'm setting my optimism to minimal.
To stun.
I'll say that it'll be done by the end of the year, but maybe not by the end of the summer.
Sure.
You can test it. You can remember that too on your mobile assistant device. Remember, ask Siri, ask Google, ask McDougal, ask and say,
hey,
remind
McDougal. Me. Yes. Take a letter. Okay.
What is it? McDougal? McDougal. I love that you have to say take a letter and not like remind me or anything like that.
McDougal is a very formal home electronic assistant. All right, he doesn't just hey, remind me this, hey, add to my shopping list. He's like, McDougal, file my taxes. Tax day. Don't forget, do your taxes, everybody.
Pull the car around, McDougal. and then your Tesla McDougal 3 comes around.
I think McDougal has a handlebar mustache. That's what I'm picturing. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Well, those are our predictions. Those are our speculations. Again, no insider information, no behind the scenes knowledge that isn't readily available to anybody else. These are just our hypotheses. If you have your own speculative Bronopsises, we would love to hear those. Share those with us, and we will share those in an upcoming episode, as well as retweet them and share them across our social media platforms. But yeah, we're excited for the next season. We'll see how close we got with any of these. If we hit any spot on, I don't know. We'll get a cookie or something. I don't know what we'll do.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That'll be good.
Yeah. Send us your Bronopsises. Write a funny one. See, you just do better than Brandon. It's hard.
It's not terribly difficult. I do have one more thing I wanna bring up. This is a listener suggestion and shout out. If I can find it here. I had a conversation with a person here on Twitter, not about the California raisins. You can find that over at Barnyard Cruise. But where is it? Okay, it's from Zach Bowers 11. He wrote me, spending a lot of time looking at a list that ranks Rick and Morty episodes. Does it count if Atlantis Mix-Up's not number one? How can this true piece of art not be number one? And then I asked him if what did I ask him? I asked him, how can it not be number one? Is it at least top 3? And he says, I've seen 2. It's not top 5. Yeah. What I mean, how? Back to his question. I mean, come on, it's got to be top 5. It's got to be a top 5 episode.
Rick Atlantis
has
to be a top 5 episode.
It has to be.
Has to. Yeah, it's definitely in my top 5.
Is that a travesty?
One of my favorite words, and what I feel like my life basically is summarized into a travesty. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think Rick Atlantis Mix-Up, it's so good from front to back. The reemergence of Evil Morty, the twist with that, the music, the emotion. I don't know. It's such. But I could see certain people not fully embracing the Rick Atlantis Mix-Up because it does deal with the Citadel. It doesn't actually focus on C-137 Rick and Morty, so it feels sort of like, a one-off episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. I guess I can make the case for it in that way. I think ultimately the case is that this list that he was reading was for seasons 1 and 2 and not and didn't include season 3 at all. That's the only way I could figure it's not
if you have that
and not top 5. Yeah. Anyways, thanks Zach for hitting me up directly. If you want to hit us up directly, of course you can do it to our social media. I'm at Barnyard Cruise on Twitter. Travis is at Jugglemino, and hit us both up at Rick and Morty Pod on Twitter. We'd love to hear your inputs in your comments.
Hashtag Bronopsis. Can't wait to check them out.
Get them. BROH. Nopsis.
BROH. Spell it right. All right, everybody. That is our show. Thank you so much for listening. If you are new here, thank you. Thank you for checking it out. We have been doing these for years and would love for you to leave a review. Let us know what you think of the show. There have been many different weird one-off type things. Go back, listen to some Blood Dome Battle Leagues, all kinds of fun stuff. And don't forget, June 20th, brand new episodes, which means we will be in that marathon again of week after week, interdimensional RSS episodes coming straight into your ear holes. So don't miss it. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to partake in this sweet stream, head over to twitch.tv/apathetic enthusiasm every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And join us for the live show. We record the episode live on stream, and then when we're done, we hang out. We talk about all kinds of other stuff. Brandon tries to avoid the sun. It's great. It's terrific. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Brandon, your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. We'll see you on June 20th or sooner here on Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast. Music. Play the music.
yeah, this music. I did it.
Yeah.
I don't need you, Brandon. I got this. It's all. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
The one thing I don't do, Brandon, is I don't fade the music well. I fade it. I just click randomly on a volume and then
that's
bam,
all right.
Bam.
That's all right. It doesn't have to be anything too special.
The audio files don't watch live.
What episode was this? Do you remember?
7. All right, bye, video people. Bye.